Hey speech class, it is Thursday the 8th at 8:45 a.m. and your discussion over topics is due today, and I just went through and responded to everyone. And so I wanted to talk about a few things with this assignment. Many of you are picking people. You can do a person. However, I do not want a biography. One, those are boring, and it doesn't really matter where the person was born. Doesn't matter what elementary school they went to. Really doesn't matter if they had a little brother or a little sister. So if you're going to do a person, then it needs to be the bigger things that they do. So make sure that if you do a person, it's no biography. So if you end up turning in a biography, I'm going to say go watch this video because that means you didn't watch it. So really think about what your key points would be if you're doing that. So next, a lot of you are picking like sports or hobbies that you do, and that's great. However, this speech is more of an academic speech. There's no research, but you don't want this to be a story. So for example, if you picked a hobby such as fishing, nobody did, so, but if you did fishing, you wouldn't want to tell us about how you fish or how your favorite fishing trip. You would have to have an introduction, and you have to make sure that you have all of those things in the example. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But, you have a credibility statement in your introduction. You have to have that. So you need to preview your key points. So off the top of my head, and I don't fish, I'm making this up. I hate fishing, actually. One of my favorite hobbies to do is to go fishing. I have been doing this since I was a little girl, and my dad takes me all the time. And this is a very rough intro, but I'm establishing my credibility. I'd want to have a hook, so I'd need to work with this a little bit, but I'd want to have my hook, my attention grabber, and then, my credibility statement, like what I just said, and you would not focus your key points on your story. You'd say, well, now I know a lot about fishing, so today I'm going to tell you about 3 kinds of fishing. And so you can throw yourself in it a little bit. For example, the first kind of fishing is, because you want those strong topic sentences, the first kind of fishing I'm going to tell you about is type A fishing, because I don't know what they are. Type A. I know this is my favorite kind. In this type of fishing, you will, you can put a sentence or 2 like that in there, but you don't want an I. So I want to show you a few things. So let me make me smaller. All right. So we're here. This right here will be graded. This discussion, that will be graded soon. Right down here. It's really important that you go in and look at all of these. It talks about how to give an informative speech. Your visual aid requirements, you have to watch this. This is a very important lesson. So if you see it, I'm here in the corner again, and I'm giving you guys a lesson on what your expectations are, what your requirements are for the visual aid. So when you do your outline, now let me make this clear. Go back to how you did on the commemorative speech. If you did really well because you wrote all of that out, and then you start to do your outline and you struggle, then maybe you need to write all of this out. It's not required. If you write it all out, you don't have to do an outline. You have to have these elements, but you don't have to write it all out and then submit an outline. So let me say that again. Let's say you start outlining it out. You have to have all of these things, all of it. This is your entire introduction written out. So I expect it to be labeled like this. If you flip-flop some things around, now this preview of the main point, that's like your central idea and thesis statement, and you can move those around, you can put them together, you can combine them. But follow this. But like I said, if you kind of interchange some stuff, that's fine. But your entire introduction is written out no matter what. Topic, sentence, transition, and then my points. If your outline doesn't look like this, then you won't get full credit. Now, let's say you start doing your outline and you realize you need to write it all out. you're already going to have, well, geez, there you go. You're already going to have all of this. So go in and write all of this out if you need to, if you want to. If you do that, you don't have to do an additional outline. Just submit this. So make sure is what I would do is I would take all of this and I would copy and paste it to a Word document, delete my stuff, and plug yours in. I'm going to say it again just to be clear. Your things in your intro, these reason to listen, they might be combined with an attention grabber. I'm looking for your attention grabber. That means your first sentence is not going to be, my speech is going to be about fishing. That's no hook. So you need to slowly lead into that and then make sure you have these things. You have to have a credibility statement. Your thesis and your preview of your main points, also known as a central idea, those might go together. You might put those together. So if you have questions, let me know. This is not a persuasive topic. This is simply to inform. So you cannot do any topics that are informative. And so, here are all of what you need for this week. This is our biggest speech that we've had yet. So worth the most points. So I hope that this helps, and then I'll be in there today approving topics. If you have questions on topics, let me know. You may post a topic and read some more, or read my feedback and go, oh, I need to come up with something else. Just post a new one. You don't ever need to delete a discussion. You can just add a new one. So I hope this helps. I hope this was informative for your informative speech. And so if you have questions, let me know, but have a good day.